This is Steve Reynolds. I'm pastor at Capital Baptist Church in Annandale, Virginia, and I'm excited to announce today a teaching series that we're going to be doing called Lord, Teach Me to Pray. That's right, Lord, Teach Me to Pray. Let me ask you a question. Do you crave a more powerful prayer life? Let that sink in. I do. I bet you do too. Do you crave a more powerful prayer life? I think that's something we all have in common. We want to learn how to better pray and have God's power through prayer. And so I invite you to join me for this teaching series, Lord, Teach Me to Pray. And it's going to be based on Luke chapter 11, verses 1 through 13. Now, when you think about this, remember the disciples. The disciples spent nearly 3 years in ministry with Jesus. 3 years they spent right there having a front row seat to Jesus. They saw him heal the sick. They saw him multiply food and walk on the water. They witnessed his power. And listen, the disciples, they could ask Jesus for anything, right? I mean, they could ask him for anything possible, but here's what they asked. They asked, Lord, teach us to pray. Why? Why do you think they did that? Because I think they understood the prayer was the power. The power that Jesus had to do all those things was based on prayer. And so they want to learn, prayer is something you learn how to do. I like a phrase, the biggest room in the world is the room for self-improvement. And you know what? There's room for you to learn how to pray. And there's room for me to learn how to pray. So I want to invite you to join me for the kickoff of this series coming up here. And on that Sunday, I'm going to be preaching on the power of prayer. And listen, along with us, we're going to have what I'm calling the Lord's Prayer Challenge. That's right, the Lord's Prayer Challenge. And I'm holding in my hand a bookmark, a special bookmark. And listen, if you're on our weekly mailing list, you're going to receive one of these, or you have received one of these in the mail. And if you haven't, I'd love to give you one of these. It's the Lord Teach Me to Pray bookmark. And on the back, it has the Lord's Prayer. I call it the model prayer. And then what I'm going to teach you are the P's of prayer. The P's of prayer. And they're listed right here, okay? Praise, purpose, provision, pardon, and protection. These are the things that Jesus taught us to pray. And so if you're not on our weekly mailing list, you'd like to receive one of these Lord's Prayer bookmarks, email me at wecare@capitalbaptist.org. That's wecare@capitalbaptist.org, and we'll be sure to mail you one. Just give me your name, give me your address, and we'll get this out to you. Listen, it's time to learn to pray, right? Lord, teach me to pray.